Y'all, I restarted the live so it can okay. Now we just wait. You saw? Are we excited? I'm excited. I hit accept. Hold on. Instagram be playing with me. Where are my uh-oh. Let's see if it'll work now. Instagram, don't do this to me. Here we
Girl, I
go.
don't know what happened.
It's trying to. It's the devil. Ain't nothing but the devil.
You
I was so
didn't tell me
nervous.
you was gonna be all glam.
Huh? Oh, I know. I should have told you because usually I'd be bumming it, but I was like, Sharelle always looks good, so
No,
let me get myself together.
I've been taking a break from makeup. Ugh.
I have been too trying to get my skin together, but you're naturally beautiful
Thank
anyway.
you.
So I'm so glad that you came. I was like, oh, I hope her man lets her come on here because
Well, he's at the cigar lounge right now, so I got I can do a little something.
oh, we got him. So I welcome Tosh, aka the Regina George of Sports Gossip. I don't know how familiar you are with my brand.
I am. I've been you be spraying the tea,
Yeah.
girl. I be watching.
Oh, okay, cool. So I want to start it off with like some fun questions before I get into like the other questions I have. So I have these tonight's conversation questions. Which one do you want to pull from? We got first date or the sexy 69 after dark.
Oh, let's start. Let's start with the sexy 69.
Oh, she's spicy.
Hey y'all.
Yeah, they're saying your freckles are gorgeous. Okay.
Thank you, y'all. Funny story while she getting that ready. I used to hate my freckles. I used to take my mama makeup and put it all over my face. My mom is your complexion,
Oh,
so I used to go to
actually,
school
that.
with a brown face.
Oh wow! Because you weren't into it. How long
I
did it
hated
take you to
it
get
wasn't
into it?
coming where I was from. Freckles were not coming.
How
So
long did it take you to be confident with your
to
freckles?
to adjust properly, after I graduated high school, I started
Oh,
getting more compliments.
oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, let me pull. I tried to shuffle it a little bit. Let's see what we get. Okay, name one thing you've always wanted to try sexually but haven't explained. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
So it's called, I wish I can think of the name. I think it's like self deprivation, where you put the headphones in your ear, like the music in your ears, so you can't hear anything, like while the guy like does whatever to you. I think you are blindfolded too. I think it's called self deprivation.
I haven't thought of that. You know what? I have done a lot of things, but
Oh, you're gonna have to give us some tips.
I don't know what. Mm, ooh, I don't know. Something that I haven't
Yeah, it
done.
could be simple. It could be.
I don't know. That's a. I
Okay,
don't know.
okay. Let's see. Let me pull another one.
Yeah, pull another one.
Okay, which sexual position do you enjoy the most?
When my man hit it from the back,
Oh,
gotta throw it back at him.
okay. We're gonna talk in the DM because I need some tips. For me, it would be missionary.
Yes.
I think I'm boring. Okay. Next one. Okay. What's your best sexual skill in the bedroom and why?
I'm getting nervous, y'all.
You picked this card.
I didn't know it was gonna go that
Let,
deep. Whew, I have a few. I mean,
ooh.
everything.
Give us the one that's like internet friendly.
Okay, internet friendly. Everything.
Oh, period. Period. Let's go with that. Okay, and then this one is like a little cool one. It says, "What does romance look like? What does romance look like for you?"
I'm not much of a romance type female, so
Oh, so what do you mean?
I'm not like the romance type. Maybe
Oh,
it's from the I don't know. I'm not a romance type female.
so like you're like, are you a person that likes to show PDA or you just
I thought I was, but I'm not, because when Chad be kissing me out in public, he be
yeah
like tongue all down my throat. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, stop! Like, do
I
that.
can feel that because I didn't grow up like in a family where we hugged and stuff like that. Like it feels weird.
Right.
Okay.
That's the thing. I don't know if it's from the PTSD that I have or what, but I just don't like all the public kissing and
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, so let's get into the questions. I had to go back and watch your
I
show
should
and
have took a
just
few
like
shots before you asked me them
I
questions.
know.
I
I
probably would
wish
have
I
been
would
more
have took next time we need to get drinks and do like a
right.
live where we just take questions and stuff. So
Right.
my first question to you is, so you said you slid into Chad's DMs. What are some good ways to slide in a man's DM to get his attention?
Well, the crazy thing about it is Chad was like my celebrity crush growing
Okay.
up. So I think I manifested this man. I was,
Ooh.
as y'all know, I was in the military
Yeah.
and I was actually going through a divorce. And my ex-husband, I was supposed to go to Germany, and I was like, I called my branch manager. I was like, listen, I'm trying to get down there to my husband. This was like in, this was like in 2012. I was like, I'm trying to get down to Florida to my husband. And my branch manager started laughing. I was like, give me some orders to go to Florida. Fast forward, we didn't end up being together or anything during that time frame, but in end of 2019, I just sent some heart eyes because I always thought he was attractive, and he responded right back, and we just clicked.
Okay,
So
so is that your first time sliding in a guy's DM? Because I like sliding in the DMs. I think it's fun just to see sometimes if you could get their attention.
it wasn't even, honestly, I wasn't trying to get his attention because I didn't think he was gonna respond. I think I just sent heart eyes because
Uh-huh.
I don't know, he was looking cute that day.
Oh,
He was
okay.
walking across the field, but I didn't even think he was gonna respond. Next thing, like not even a minute later, he responded back, and we just started
Okay.
talking. So.
Period. Do you think your profile account has something to do like with if a man responds to you or not in the DMs?
Um,
Like how you carry yourself on there?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
because he did say he did a little. He looked through my profile and looked at my feet
Okay.
and all that before he.
Okay. So
I'm
I
like,
feel like you're very classy on your Instagram. So that's a good one.
we're
But
gonna
I
keep
feel
it
like
that way.
you said what?
I said that's good then.
Okay. So next question. Were you ever hesitant to date Chad because of his past with Evelyn and him just being a player? Remember, he had a dating show too, so he's
Yeah.
always been outgoing, dating on
No,
the
I
internet.
really didn't. I don't. I don't judge people off their past
Right,
because you never know what that
what,
situation. Like,
right,
if I was to do it, like people can judge me off my past.
right,
No one has a perfect past,
right.
so no, I get to know people off my own self. So I didn't care. He's an amazing guy.
I
Chad is amazing.
love
He
that.
will give you the shirt off his back. He will give you everything, his last. And that's what I love about him. Like he go above and beyond no matter who it is. And I just love that. Like he's just an amazing person.
I love that because I could just tell his energy is very bright and he has like that gift to draw people in. And he's always like saying, I love you. I paid attention to him as a kid growing
Hello.
up. Like I didn't know anything about sports, but he's always been like just a natural favorite, I feel, of everyone.
Oh,
Okay, so what's it like having a blended family?
it's amazing. All
Because
the
y'all
kids
got
get.
an army, honey.
We have a tribe over here, but it's amazing. I mean, they all get along. All the kids get along. It's just like it's amazing. The baby, me and all the baby mamas get
Oh, that's
along.
good.
It's
That's good.
good.
Were you
I can
scared
talk
about
like
that?
no, because I'm not a controversial person, and I feel like if you're mature and that chapter has closed, I mean, what is there to be mad about?
Right,
So
right.
we're all adults. We all communicate. There's
I
no
love that.
issues.
I love
I
that.
think I speak to the baby mamas more than Chad does. Like we have built our own relationship.
Yeah,
Um,
I
that's a
love
good thing.
that. I love that. Let's see. I had what's your favorite thing you love about Chad? But I feel like you answered that kind of. Or if you have anything else that you love about him.
I think that's the main thing. He's just a caring, giving person. Like he's not arrogant. You know, some athletes you meet who
And I
have
would
like
have thought that.
he's not at all. He's very laid back. He make people feel like he'll make you feel like you've been knowing him for
Mm.
years. For
Is he
strangers.
is he as cheap as he tries to come off online about McDonald's and all
When
that
it
stuff?
when honestly when it comes to himself, he's very cheap. Like he really don't splurge on himself. So I
Mm.
try to like get him nice things or whatever because he doesn't spend money on
Oh,
himself. He does spend money on his kids and like for me, I don't ask for a lot, but he'll go out for myself and
oh,
his kids.
oh, that's beautiful. I see someone in the comments, they keep saying it, so we're gonna get that messy question out the way. They said, why are y'all not married yet?
Because well, one of the reasons I don't want to say on
You don't
because we're trying to work
have to.
something,
Yeah.
but it's nothing bad.
Okay.
But we're just trying to pick the right
Right.
timing, the perfect timing.
I saw on this video where he was like he wants to fly 100 people out on Spirit.
And he is
So
not
that,
lying. We're
and
getting
I was
married
like,
in the
I will get
Bahamas.
on.
He is not lying.
I love that. Okay, so let's get into some of my Selling Tampa questions. I was trying not to make them like boring, repetitive questions that you probably had already.
Mm.
So I was like, how did you become a boss woman? Like, walk me through that.
I always have been an entrepreneur growing up. That's nothing new. Even when I was little, like I used to beat kids and we used to play spades. I'm from the country, so
Me
we
too.
nothing to do. We used to play spades and to go to and win money to go to the candy lady. So I used to beat people in spades to get, and then I started being a little candy lady. Like I used to sell icy
Okay.
cups. I was raised in the project, so every corner had a candy
Oh,
lady.
for sure.
And then when I became older, I don't know if you guys know, I was a teenage mom. I lost my track scholarship.
Oh,
Um, and I was supposed to go to college, but I ended up going into the military. So I didn't really have a plan. I just knew I wanted a better life for my daughter. So I went into the military and that's Serenity. And then at one point, I was like, you know what? I want to get into real estate. When I purchased my first house at 22, and I was like, I like doing this. I want to
oh,
get into
that's
real estate.
dope. Your own house at 22?
Yes.
I wish.
When you join the military, you mature very fast.
Okay.
It
Okay.
like you put your big girl pants on, it's like boom. So
Okay.
it always stayed in the back of my head. Once I got to Florida, I was just over the military. After 2 deployments, I was like, you know what, this is not for me.
Okay.
And I ended up working at the military. I opened up my real estate company right before I was doing real estate while I was in the military, and right before I retired, I opened up my company,
Um,
and it was up from there.
wow. Okay. So, what is it like managing so many women?
You know what? It really wasn't bad because in the military, I was a senior non-commissioned officer. So it teach you how to deal with personalities.
Okay.
So I never had an issue with managing the ladies. You gonna deal with gossip. You're gonna deal with all that. You
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
to just
Yeah.
look past it or be the
So,
mediator.
okay. So that kind of walks me into this question that's kind of personal for myself. How hard is it to be assertive when it comes to your business and making decisions and people may not agree with it? Because I noticed on the show, like when you had to change the rate of
Come here.
everyone's pay, how everybody some people got their panties in a bunch, and how do you deal with that? Because how I grew up very like sheltered, like country girl, and I'm the youngest too, so I didn't have to make any of the decisions. If I didn't want to do something, somebody else would do it for me, like real spoiled.
Right.
Now I'm running my own business, having to stand on my own, and like sometimes I get anxiety from like being mean to people because it's like not my natural instinct to be mean.
Stop saying being mean, because you're not being mean. You
Yeah.
have, at the end of the day, it's your business. They're
Yeah.
not paying your bills.
Mhm.
They don't know your operating expenses. You have to make those choices, because at the end of the day, they can leave at any time, and guess who's left with all that responsibility? You
Right.
are. So once you take a look at it like that, this is a business move, get your feelings out of it, you'll be good.
Okay. I'm trying. I feel like this year I've got way better, like with putting my foot down. But for the longest, I kept letting stuff happen and happen to me. And I was like, I'm not going to give these bitches a chance to treat me like a piece of shit
Yeah,
again.
you can't, because once you allow them to run over you or feel like they can make the decision, then it's up from there. It's like, oh, I can run over her. Let me try this. Let me try
Yeah, that's
this. But once you put
what
your
kept
foot,
happening to me. I'm like, I don't let people steal my money. Like, so much happened to me. And I was
mm-mm.
like, either you're going to give up or you're going to have to fight back. Which one is it going to be?
No, you can't, girl. You gotta, and they'll try you, because I mean, I had some agents that were older. I have some agents, that were younger,
Yeah.
but it's always the older ones that give you the problems, because they
Oh,
feel like,
okay.
oh, because I have this and I have that, I can do this or I can say this. No, ma'am.
Right, right. Okay. Ooh, okay. So, okay, I got it. I got it. I'm going to lock that in my brain. Okay, next question. How did you get the show Selling Tampa?
Um. So a crazy thing is, when I started real estate, it wasn't none of this black excellence in the real estate world. Like, it wasn't. It was hard for us, especially in Tampa.
Wow.
You didn't see a lot of beautiful black women or black men and women coming together, taking nice photos, showing the luxury side. And that's what I wanted to create. I'm like, damn, like, they got this shit on lock. How
Right.
can we break into this industry? So the first thing with our generation, we look at, you know, the internet,
Mm-hmm.
social media,
You
pictures, and
marketed it
everything.
very
So,
well.
correct. So I started doing some marketing, and a few producers reached out, and they were like, "What do you think about doing a TV show?" I'm like, "Shit! If these producers reaching out, that's when Selling Sunset had just came out.
Right.
Let me see." And Sophie actually was like, you should go, Sharelle, you should go like some of Adam developed pictures." So I went and go like his pictures.
Yeah.
Probably like 30 minutes later, he reached out to me, and
Wow.
I was like, well, we are doing interviews with other production companies, so I don't know yet. But,
Yeah, you gotta pop
and
your shit.
so he sent me like, hey, stop all that. You ain't signed nothing. I need you to sign this paperwork.
Right.
And it was up from there.
Okay. So, I feel like if you guys haven't watched the show, go watch it. I want to know, where is the state of you and Raina's relationship?
I wish her well, but we don't communicate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
I wish no bad on Raina, but we don't communicate.
Okay. Do you feel like, which reverts back to me wondering about like being assertive with people, even though you have a friendship with them? Do you feel like a lot of times on, even in the show, like she overstepped her boundaries because you guys were friends?
Somebody was calling. Can you ask that question again?
Yes. Do you feel like, being friends and working together, do you feel like she overstepped some of her boundaries at times because you guys had such a close relationship?
I wouldn't say our relationship was close. I just feel like some people, when they don't, how should I put this? I don't think overstepping boundaries, people, unless you have been in a position where you actually own something, you don't know what you're talking about. I
Right.
don't care what type of degree or what you have done.
Right.
Unless you walked in my shoes and understand why I'm making these decisions, then
Right.
come talk to me. But until
Right.
then, I don't, like.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I feel like I'm just absorbing all the business
All right.
woman energy from you. Okay,
It's
so
easy to talk. It's easy to speak when you're on the outside looking in, when you don't have to pay those bills and do anything. And I'm sure, I don't know what she has her own, and I wish her nothing but success. But I'm sure she's probably seeing the effects now.
right. Ooh, period. Did any of the ladies? I didn't write this down, but this just came off the top of my head. Did any of the ladies go off and do some of their own thing?
Yes, actually, Colony has her own team. Colony has separated, and Sophie has her own team. They want to expand. So being in a boutique brokerage, you only can go so far. Being in a
Right.
boutique brokerage, so they have expanded their teams and they have ventured off. But we still communicate. I still have my OGs. Tennille, she has a big team. She's my top producing agent, and Joanna, she has a big team, and she's my top producing
I
agent.
loved her on the show.
Yes,
Uh-oh,
which
look.
one?
Oh, don't. I
Tennille
hope
or
we ain't in trouble. Okay.
Hey, baby, my baby just
I know.
joined.
Oh, I saw him. I was like, "Ooh, I hope we ain't getting in trouble." We having a little girls chat. Um, do you feel like the staff was too flirty with the clients on Allure, on the show?
I don't think so. I mean, as long as at the end of the day, if they're not married, or I don't get into how they treat their clients.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's not my job to
Right.
teach to lecture them on how they treat their clients.
Right.
Because some people, they end up having a client and it becomes a relationship. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
not about to cop block what they got going on.
Right.
If it can potentially be a relationship, then that's amazing.
Right. How do you feel about the show not showing like the actual houses that you guys sold? Because I seen one of your realtors like be upset about that. Like, hey, we did close on homes.
Uh, he's talking about some here
I
agent.
know. I
He's so silly.
saw.
Um, it's the crazy thing about it is people see what they want to see, and I think what failed us is a lot of people compared us to selling Sunset, and we weren't. We were not selling Sunset. We were a new brokerage breaking into luxury real estate. So of course they're not going to show the regular homes that we sell, the 300, 400, $500,000 homes, because that's not luxury enough for TV. Um, it sucks because I did Mayo Organics. Did sell them a beautiful home. That's amazing. And a lot of people don't talk about that. They say, "Oh, they didn't sell anything," but we did sell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about how it's being edited or whatever.
Yeah,
So at the
that's
end
what
of the
I
day,
thought.
yeah, I think it was just bad marketing, and people just thought that we were a part of Selling Sunset, and they compared us to Selling Sunset, and
Right.
that wasn't the case.
Do you feel like Netflix gave you guys a fair chance?
I think they did. They did a lot of marketing with us. They definitely, they were for us. I didn't feel any bad juju with Netflix. It was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity.
Okay. Could you see yourself doing reality TV ever again, surrounding your business, or because I could see you
Well,
back on the screen?
there's something in the works.
Ooh.
Well,
Can we get a little hint? A little
I
hint?
can't. Something in the works was the hint.
Okay. Well, those are all the questions that I wanted to know personally, but I'm open to take questions from anybody in the chat. Let's see what they wanted to know. I saw someone say, "Can you open a brokerage in Georgia?" But that's like so far. Well, that's not that
I
far
have
from Georgia.
some amazing friends that have brokerages in Georgia that are killing it. Kiana Watts in the Watson Realty
Mm-hmm.
Group, my homegirl Valen, my homegirl Tanisha. It's a lot of them that are bosses that's killing it.
Yeah, I've
I'm
seen
not
them.
I'm in my girls' territory. They killing it. They got it on lockdown
Where
over there.
else would you go if you had to pick another?
Houston.
Oh, okay.
Houston.
That would be nice.
Yes.
That would be nice. I see someone said, I don't know how they compared y'all to Selling Sunset when the girls on Selling Sunset was breaking car windows and pulling hair. Ooh.
Well, I mean, they are the majority when it comes to TV. I
Right.
felt, Netflix operate off of a finish rate. So if you don't finish the whole complete season, then it doesn't look good for the shows. So TV show. So that was the biggest thing. The finish rates were in there.
Okay.
Even though we were #1 for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That
I enjoyed it. No shade to these networks. Yeah, it is shade. I feel like every time there's like strong Black women that can hold their own, and like, I don't know, it's like when we captivate, it's like it always gets shut down, and I don't like
right.
that. It's not fair, but I'm like, you know how that goes, you know?
It sucks. I mean, I wanted to break out of the stereotype of, Black women have to fight and do all this and cuss each other out and throw stuff at each other. I wanted to break out of
You're
that.
right.
We can have good TV without doing all
And I
that, but
like that you guys were able to hash things out. And I love how direct you are too. Like, were you always like that growing up? Like, you're a straight shooter.
I am a straight shooter. I feel like it bites me in the ass sometimes because people like, she mean, but no, I mean, I can say what I have to say and then get back. Like, I don't hold no grudge
I
against
love
that.
that.
It's
And I feel like that makes a good character trait for being a good friend as well.
right. It is.
Okay, we got a lot of business questions. Someone says, when establishing your business, how did you fund things, especially since banks are notoriously hard on Black businesses? I'm reading terrible. Sorry, y'all.
That's funny because y'all, when I tell you I'm a go getter, I'm a go getter. Like when I first started real estate, I knew I wanted. When I knew I wanted to open up a brokerage, I took one commission check. I didn't go to a bank or fund anything. It was like $6,700. I took that commission check. I did the paperwork myself to open. That was like $100 and some dollars, and I went to go find a little small office. That's where I started off at, and what? I invested probably like 2,500 altogether just to start up my business.
Oh,
The rest was
wow.
marketing.
Wow.
It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot to start a business.
They love you. They're like, this woman is amazing. I forgot to
I
ask
love
you.
y'all too.
I knew that they would love you. I forgot to ask this question. Let me scroll back up to it. I don't know how I skipped it. It was like, I can't find it, but what was it like working for the I Am Woman podcast? Because I told Miko when we were discussing it on our live show that we did, I felt like you didn't get to really like be yourself on there, or like I felt like there was things you wanted to say, but I felt like the type of women you were around, sorry to throw shade at them, but like it just felt like nobody was keeping it real, so it came off like I felt
No,
like
I mean,
I feel like you would have said more if you felt like it was safe enough to say
no,
more.
it was
Yeah.
definitely safe. I don't bite my tongue. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
But I just some things you relate to, some you
Mhm.
can't. And I was just meeting some of the girls.
Okay.
So I don't want to just come off like, bitch,
Yeah.
this, that,
Yeah.
and the third,
Yeah.
blah,
Yeah.
blah, none of that. But I was just filling it out. It was amazing. All the females are
Yeah.
amazing. I love working with them.
Yeah.
I wish it could have lasted longer, but it didn't.
Right.
And
I
that's
wish
where.
it could have too, because I was interested, but at the same time, for the audience I know it was given snooze fest, because
Right.
I run a female based blog. Girls want to know how you got your man, like different tips on how to keep your man happy, like the
Right.
real stuff. And it was giving cookie cutter perfect. And nobody, like, as much as people like to pretend that's what they want to see, that's never
Right.
really what they want to see.
They want to see the real nitty gritty. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me
and
see
a lot
this.
of stuff I couldn't relate because they were wives when their husband played football. I came
Yeah.
into Chad's life after he retired.
Right. Did you feel like there's a hierarchy? Did you notice the hierarchy? Because there is one when it comes to the
I don't
wives
give a
and the
damn
girls.
about no hierarchy. I don't care about no hierarchy. Like,
But has anybody ever kind of like, girl, like,
I'm
we're gonna
sure they
just
probably thinking you wasn't with us, shooting in the gym. Like, I'm
uh
sure that thoughts of that probably came out. But shit, I was doing my own thing.
right,
Everything, like, our timing is perfect, and
right.
that's what it is.
How important do you think it is as a woman to have your own, whether you have a man of status or not?
I think it's very important for everyone to have their own identity, for you to have something to fall back on, because God forbid anything happens to the situation that you're in, you're stuck. Especially when it comes to athletes, a lot of athletes don't know how to invest right, or they get, scammed by investors or whatever. But just to have your own to rely on, if anything happens, you're secure
Yeah.
with yourself, within yourself.
Yeah. So
And it just gives you that confidence.
mhm.
It like, shit, you doing that? Okay,
Right.
let me
Right.
take my shit and go.
Period. Right. Like you won't have to feel like you have to stay just like a lot of
Right.
women back in the day before, they had
Hmm.
to fight for equality and stuff because the man had everything.
Right.
So, if you can name some qualities you have that you feel like adds value to Chad's life, what would it be?
Um,
Like what makes his life greater now that you're in it? Because you're beautiful, but what else, girl? What else?
I
Let us
think
know what else outside of.
I think it's just I'm very
Mhm.
competitive. And we push each other. That's the main thing. Like we're both God fearing people, and I love that. I think he loved that about me. Like, I'm a Southern girl. I was raised in the
I love
church, and
that.
like we could pray for each other.
Mhm.
Um, those are the main things. And I'm a businesswoman. Like, I'm a boss. Like, he loved that.
I love that
He
as
loved to sit
well.
back and just let me go to work.
I love
like
that.
like put my big girl pants on.
Yeah.
And he supports me 1,000%.
So when you're with him, let me see, because I'm trying to see how to word this, because a lot of boss women, they don't know how to tone that down when they're with their man. What's some tips that you could give ladies to feel comfortable being their soft girl energy, they would like to say, when they're with their man? Like, how do you cut it on and off?
I think I just leave work where it's at,
Mm-hmm.
and I come home, and like, it's our
Yeah.
time and the family time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really discuss anything about work unless I really have to, or if I'm pissed off. But um, I think our chemistry just flows so well. I don't have to be like that.
Right.
Like, I don't have to impress him or feel like I'm dominant. Like, it just, I've
Mm-hmm.
never been that type of person, so I never had issues
Right.
with that.
Right. Let me see. Someone sent in a question. Um, List some of your favorite investments. Oh, that's a good question.
You know what? Hmm. I really didn't. I don't invest in anything other than a little real estate, but
Okay.
I haven't had any big investments.
Okay. Let's see what they're at. Are you guys asking questions or talking crazy? Oh, okay.
You can
Someone said,
you can read the crazy ones too. I
okay,
ain't scared to answer no crazy questions.
okay. Someone says, how, I think we answered this one. How is it being a stepmom and a mom? I don't know if we,
I look at all the kids the same, like they're mine. I treat, because at the end of the day, I want my kids to be treated the same way or better. So I treat his kids like they're mine as well. They love me, I love them, and vice versa. My kids love Chad, so
okay.
it's
Someone said, what stuff, I don't like how they worded that. Okay, what's some of your pet peeves at work?
um the main thing that I hate is when, because I didn't have training as a real estate agent. I feel like either you got it or you don't. When someone comes to me and say, "Are you gonna give leads? Are you gonna do this? Can you do? Excuse me. Can you do this? Can you help me with this?" Like, I don't mind helping, but if you're a veteran agent and you're not at least trying,
Mm-hmm.
don't come to me asking for leads.
Like
Like,
that girl Alexis on that show. When
Alexis
you
she's a producer though. That's the thing. I mean, I think Alexis just was going through a lot personally
Oh, okay.
during the
My bad, Alexis.
she's actually a great person. She's a
I
great
can tell
agent, and
she's sweet.
she's sweet. She just was going through a lot during that time when we were filming.
Okay. Because at first, like when she was like, you guys barely gave me a chance and you said it was 2 years, I said, ooh. Girl,
You know,
you
when you filming, you gotta over exaggerate a little something. So,
right. Okay,
but
someone said, what else would you be doing if you didn't go into real estate? Y'all got a lot of real estate questions.
that's a good question. I probably would have stayed within the government and been a GS employee. Um, who knows? I don't know.
Okay, that would have been cool. Okay, let's see. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, how did you juggle being a young mother and starting a business?
It's not, y'all know it's not hard to start a business, right?
Yeah,
It's just,
it's not.
I mean, you just have to have a support system. I think people are afraid of being an owner. They're afraid of the word CEO because they feel like it comes with a lot of stuff. It really
Mm,
don't. But I did have a great support system. So, I mean, with the support system and just going out and doing it, it's the same as working a 9 to 5, honestly.
right, right. Except I feel like being an entrepreneur, like we are, it's kind of 24/7. I kind of,
It
I
is
mean,
because at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up looking for. I do a lot of government contracting too, so
mhm.
I'm up looking for new opportunities, new solicitations. Like I work around the clock.
Oh, they said no messy questions. Tasha Sharelle is so genuine and sweet. I knew they would like you. You know they don't be liking the
Oh, I love
girls for
y'all
real.
too.
They don't be like. I don't know if you ever read them comments. They don't be liking the girls. And it's always an issue about like colorism and like light skin wags versus the.
You know what? That's crazy. And I was on Joanna and Tennille podcast, and we were speaking on this.
Mhm.
I didn't face colorism or any of that because I grew up. My mom is black, my father's Puerto Rican. I grew
Mhm.
up in my black household family. I didn't start like getting connected to my dad's side till I actually became an adult.
Right.
I'm black. I'm a black woman.
Well, well, tell me if you believe my theory. I've asked athletes this question too, and they've agreed. I feel like there's a difference when a biracial woman was born with a black mother opposed to a white mom.
You know what? I don't know how it is being raised in a white family,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I feel the same
yeah.
way. Because I actually, I grew up in a black household.
Right,
All my, my family
right,
is black, black, black.
right, right,
Like
right, right,
we was eating chitlins and all that
right,
as
right.
growing up. Like staying in church, Sunday school, boarding school, like
Me
vacation Bible
too.
school, all that. So I don't know, but going back to what I said before, and I'll answer your
Mhm.
question, like, I didn't have the issue about this until I became an adult.
Right.
Like, oh, she ain't black, she this. I was never
Were
called
they
that up.
very upset with you for dating Chad and not being considered to what Instagram calls not a black woman just because you're like that shit blows me.
I think it's just people, they assume and they don't know. They just look at your last name. I hate it. Like, I hate reading those comments. They just assume, like, oh, she ain't black, why these
Mm-hmm.
athletes like dating black women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it does, but at one point I felt like I need to explain, but I don't have to explain anything.
No, you
Like
sure
I,
don't.
I
You
know
sure
who I am.
don't. I hate when they do that to our light skinned sisters. I'll be like, geez, y'all want to talk about the scrutiny dark skinned women went through? I'm like, we
Right.
all go through it just in
We
different
all,
ways.
but I didn't have that issue growing up as a child. Like even like none of us growing up. I didn't have the getting picked on as a light skinned girl growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my brother was the light skin, not the crew.
Yeah,
It was good. I didn't get it until I became an adult.
that's insane. Okay, let's see what else they got for us. How did you adjust growing your family? Oh, we answered that already. I feel like these questions are like, what else? Mm. Someone said, how often do you get to network out of state? What is the best strategy to use to network?
How often do I was laughing at one of my friends. He said, Sharelle, this woman is black. Black. Answer that question again.
What
Shut
she
up,
say?
Tasha.
What she say?
It's my homeboy. We was in the military together. He
Uh-huh.
was like, you have one conversation with Sharelle and this woman is black. Black. Hush, Jocelyn.
I'm weak. Um,
I'm sorry, but answer that question
Let
again.
me see if I can find it. I hear buying. We're gonna skip that question. I think it was all right question anyway. I see someone said I hear buying a home right now is a bad time. When is the best time to buy a home? I'm in Missouri.
I feel like people are going to make excuses. Like when the interest rates were low and it was time to buy, the prices of the home were high. Oh no, the prices are too high. I'm scared. Like I'm just gonna wait till the market calm down. Buy now. You can always, like, now you can negotiate price. You can negotiate price down. Of course, you're gonna have a high interest rate, but you can always refinance.
So is it like a
So
season, a specific season to buy homes, or you can buy a house whenever?
I would definitely buy now. Now is the time to definitely, you can negotiate your price.
Okay.
Interest rates are high. They're not going down anytime soon. Buy now and just and thug it out till them interest rates eventually drop.
Oh,
At least you negotiated your price, the purchase price of the home.
okay. Someone said, "What's the best advice on building business credit?" That's a good question.
You know what? I built my business credit. This is what I did, y'all. Get y'all pen and paper. I learned this and it worked amazing. I have the Maybach in my business name. I have an Amex business and personal. I did all this. The first thing I did when I opened my
Write
business
that down.
was go and get your Duns and Bradstreet number. You
They wouldn't give me one.
Why?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to DM you later.
I'll help you out. Yes, you need your Duns and
Okay.
Bradstreet's number. Once you get your Duns and Bradstreet's number, Wells Fargo is the only bank that will allow you to do a secured credit card, business credit card, where it's not putting your personal credit on it. Go and open up a secured business.
Chad said
You
he
gotta have a
at the
business.
door. Go let him in, honey.
He got the key. Oh, he left the key here. He better ring the doorbell. Go and get you a account with Wells Fargo and tell them you want a secured business credit card.
Okay.
And then they're gonna say, okay, how much you want? I started off with 5,000 with the secured. After 6 months, they made it unsecured, and then they started off with a 10,000 credit limit. That's how you build your. Once I did that, things just started coming in. Then I had got the truck in my business name. So now my personal credit only have my mortgage in there, but
Okay.
everything I put in my business credit.
So if I already, this probably is a dumb question, but I'm a terrible adult, so I'm gonna ask anyway. So if I have my card, like I think it's already like I thought I bought it under my business, but it's seeming like I didn't. Is there a way to transfer it? Huh?
Is it on your personal credit?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
You're no. Then
You
it's not. So see,
can't transfer it, can you? Oh
mm-mm.
shit. Okay.
You can. I think what you can do is have your business buy it.
Oh, okay.
I
Let
think
me
you
write
should do that.
that down too. Let me check these questions.
But yeah, so my truck isn't on it. None of that is on my personal credit.
Okay. Okay. They said give single ladies tips on bagging one of them. Child, I guess one of them means a rich man. I feel like you carry yourself very well, though. You look the part. I think that's
Thank you, darling.
because I feel like I learned that women have to lead with their looks, and they say men have to lead with their pockets. Sadly, but I feel like you kind of have to look or carry
I think
yourself a certain way. But with
it's more carry yourself a certain way, and not you don't have to like you can be yourself, but just be presentable. Like men don't like most men don't like they treat women in categories. If you just like out here and everybody the community talks. So if you just out here giving it up to everybody and trying to be in everybody of course it's gonna be just I mean, my thing is I was just,
yeah,
I was in my own little world and it just happened. I don't know.
you
I can't give tips.
feel like focusing on yourself and your goals
Right.
draws you whoever's supposed to be for you. Okay.
Exactly.
So focus on yourselves. That's what it seems like. How you keep your body and everything. Give
Yes,
us some tips.
focus on yourself. I'm not against surgeries or anything. You can do that because I got me a little something,
Dude,
something. But
it
but
looks
you
so
gotta stay.
natural and nice.
Thank you. But you have to stay fit. You have to stay looking good because we as women, we always, we get involved in these situations and we start to, look horrible,
Yeah.
focusing on them. They're gonna still do them. Just keep yourself up.
Right. Right.
Keep your nails, feet done. Keep your hair done.
Mm-hmm.
Get out and mingle, and the rest will take care of
How do
itself. You
how
got
do
to get out and mingle.
you stop yourself from getting lost in a man? Like, I feel like it's so easy to do when you really, really like this guy, you know?
That's why you just have to stay. You gotta stay focused on yourself because men come and go. People come and go.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you continue focusing on yourself and focusing on your craft, you'll be
Oh,
good.
they said, what's the skincare routine?
Soap and water, Dove soap and
Oh, we
water.
don't want to hear that. Genetics, y'all, genetics.
You know what? I do put my daughter put me on that, the glow recipe. Y'all see how
Oh,
my
I
face
do have
is?
a glow recipe. I have their
The
hyaluronic
the
cream.
grape.
This is
Yes.
bomb.
That's what I use
I love that.
after I do the soap and water.
Okay, so it's genetics
Vaseline
for
too.
her.
Vaseline is good.
Vaseline on the face?
Yes, my grandma. Let me say,
First of
y'all.
all,
My
get
grandma used to put
this man.
black. My grandma used to put blue magic on my face.
Now, come on. And
My
speaking
great
of,
grandma, God bless the dead. She used to put blue, like she'll do my hair. I have the half up, half down, grease my scalp, and then she'll take the rest of it and just all over your face. A mess.
now that's country for
Very.
sure. That's country. Let me see. We got some more questions. They think that is crazy. Hold on. Let me see. Where did the newer questions go? I never
It
see.
wasn't Vaseline. It was the blue magic. Actually, I got some and I'll be putting on Serenity here. My baby, Pope baby.
Someone said, should you put your house under a LLC?
You should put your house under a living trust will
Now, what's that?
because that helps you. It keeps people from putting liens. The only people who can put a lien on your house would be the IRS. But put it in a living trust will to pass to your
Let me put.
kids or whoever. Hey, Liza.
Okay, I'm writing all this stuff down. Okay, let me see what else we got. They're coming in. Uh-oh, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Um, they're asking about you being back on TV. She said she has something in the works, y'all. And someone said, any advice on starting real estate while still serving?
So I was an E7 in the military. That's a senior non-commissioned officer. So I basically had leverage to do whatever I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whoever you are that's still serving how lenient your unit is, but what I would do is during my lunch break, I would go sell houses, go show houses. I'll schedule. I had my marketing set up. Okay, 12 o'clock. Let's meet at this place. I only can show you 2 homes, or I tell them it's not available until 5 o'clock when I got off, and I keep my military uniform on and everything, showing houses.
Oh,
But
so
that was
you were
just
just
how
determined. You were really determined.
I love.
How do you stay determined even when things are going left? Because honey, I done almost quit this thing about
You
so
gotta
many
find you
times.
gotta find the fun into like I loved it so much. It was a passion for me. I love meeting new people. So
Mm-hmm.
just helping people put smiles on their face, that was like
I love that
uh
for you.
it was amazing for me. So it was a drive.
I forgot to ask you, how's your mom been since the whole thing with her home and losing everything?
You know what? I felt like it was a blessing in disguise, even though she lost everything. They have their home was beautiful then, but that was our childhood home. She still have her moments, but she has a nice home. They're there. She called me every morning, sending me Bible verses. She sent Chad
I
Bible verses.
love
She's
that.
amazing. My mama is a country, like I love her to death. That's my best friend.
I love that
But
for
she's
you.
doing amazing. She'll be here for Thanksgiving,
Aw,
cooking.
I love that for you. I could tell you guys were really close from how emotional you got on the show about her house. And then I'm pretty sure she lost some like things
She
that really
lost
meant her life.
yes, a lot. The only
Literally
thing
everything.
she lost
Literally.
everything. The
Oh,
only thing that
well,
that
man, God
that
bless her.
didn't burn down was her Bible, and
Look,
she have that.
yeah. Wow. Okay, there. they're coming in with these questions.
Oh, I love y'all too.
Let me see.
I am country, y'all. Country with that blue magic.
Honey, that blue magic. I'm gonna ask my mama because my mama country too. She's from Greeno, Georgia. I think they asked where you're originally from
I'm
because they were like, not Tampa, right?
No, I'm not from Tampa. I moved here in 2013. But I'm originally from Phoenix City,
Oh,
Alabama.
okay.
Like
Oh yeah.
Columbus, Georgia, Phoenix City.
Yeah. Let me see. I wonder why they scramble these questions around like this. What is making friends like in the industry? Oh, that's a good one.
mm, I don't go looking for friends. I think I still have my day ones. It's just hard for me after the whole TV thing, and I fell out with some close who I consider were close friends.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, like people 10 years, 12 years, you can fall out with them, and jealousy just take control, and it just put a
What are
blockage. I don't want no new friends.
some good ways to look out for a girl being jealous of your success or whatever you have going on? Because I feel like I've been through it, and sometimes I've second guessed myself, like, no, I don't think she's tripping, or maybe it's just me, or I'm overthinking it, and then comes out, that you were right.
You know, the biggest thing is when I started getting into this journey, the whole TV thing, I'm big in, like, I grew up in the church, and I always say, I keep my Bible open. It's open right now. It's open to Psalms 37, but I keep it open to Psalms 91.
Okay.
I always pray and ask God to remove who's not meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I question it a lot, but then, like, every time you ask him to remove, like, reveal,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna make it 10 times worse, and the friendships starting getting worse and worse, and it's like I can't be surrounded around things and people like this. So you just
Sometimes those friendships hurt worse than a relationship, I
they
tell
do
you.
hurt, but you have to do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about spinning the block on a friendship? Like almost like you ain't into it.
I did it one time, but it was worse.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
feel like if it's certain things you just don't do in a friendship, and when they cross those lines, it's like,
yeah.
no, I don't think
It's hard to rekindle. Yeah.
yeah, it won't be the
I feel like
same.
I try because I grew up in the church too. I try to make sure I'm forgiving, but I'm like, that doesn't mean I have to
Right.
be back in the space. Someone asked a good question though, about the house. They were like, if you already bought your house, can you still transfer it to a living
Yeah.
trust will? Okay.
Quit claim deed. Get with your lawyer to do a quit claim deed. You can transfer it. But going back to
Mm-hmm.
friendships to answer that question, I do say to some situations I would spin the block on. It's just boundaries that you don't cross, because we think about it, us as females, we're so quick to forgive a man that can
Mm-hmm.
do 10 times worse than what a friend do, and
Mm-hmm.
when, like, we're so quick to cut a relationship, a friendship off, and I don't think that's right, because if that man can do 10 times as worse what your friend did, is,
Okay, let me
it
think of something what's like that's like um not unforgivable because I feel like everyone should forgive, but you can't spin the block on, like, for instance, your friend not coming to your birthday like a few times in a row.
well, if that's the case, all my friends cut me off. I mean, sometimes we be busy. I wouldn't cut a friend off from that. Like
Okay,
missing
okay.
birthdays or missing events. I
Okay,
would.
what
That's
about
not.
not having enough money on the trip and starting an argument with everybody?
No. I'll take care. We take care of each other. Now that's true friends. We gonna take care of each other. Like if I ain't got it, if I ain't got it, my friend gonna take care of me, and vice versa. We
Uh-huh.
gonna take care of each other.
Do you believe in the Miami curse, vacation curse? Like every time everybody take a trip to Miami, everybody get into it, and like
I don't know. That never happened to
it never
me.
happened to me either. But I'm like, wait, actually, I've seen it happen on a trip, like with other girls, but me personally, I never got into it with anybody.
Those are new beginning friendships. So
Okay,
I'm sure.
yeah, true. You got yeah, you got a point there. Let's see, what's another one that's like you probably can't come back from. Okay, maybe like say you were talking to a guy and y'all just didn't work out. and then your friend ends up talking to him and like it becomes official. Like, is that like you can't come back from that?
Yeah, that ain't that. Mm-mm. I had a friend that slept with my ex before, and no, I don't play that shit.
Okay.
No, you don't look at anything that I have or I spoke with. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Let me see what they say. Did you ever go through a period of low self-esteem? If so, how did you pull yourself back up?
Mm, not that I know of. No,
I feel like I haven't had low self-esteem
not
since I
low.
was like in ninth grade or something.
Right.
Okay,
No.
let's see.
Y'all
It's
heard
trying.
her tell she read that. Yeah, I don't play about that shit. Don't be looking at my
Yeah,
man.
I feel
I
like.
done had situations where women do too much and trying to be all up. Like, I'm very
Who do
secure about
some?
myself.
Did you ever caught any of
Like,
your
bitch, sit
friends
your ass
giving
down
Chad the
somewhere. You're
double
doing
take?
too much.
You ever
Sit
caught
your
any?
ass
You
down.
ever caught any of your friends giving Chad the double take? Because Chad is handsome. So you ever had to be like, hold on now.
They ain't a friend no more.
Oh,
Just know that.
okay, period. Because you
Yeah.
know one thing that my aunt taught me. I don't know if the ladies in here, y'all need to listen to this tip. My auntie said, friends or not, never keep them like have them around your man when he just coming off of work and stuff like that. She said, send them home. She said, do not have ladies, your friends around your man like that. And you would think like, why? But as I go through my career and I see these instances, them older women know what they talking about.
You'll be surprised what women would do. Friends or
Mm-hmm.
no friends, what they'll do.
Mm-hmm.
You would be surprised.
Yeah. Someone said single mom tips.
Um, don't because I was a single mom at once.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel guilty about going after your dreams and success because at the end of the day, you got to make your kids happy, and by making your kids happy comes some sacrifices. So you're gonna have to sacrifice some things and be selfish
Mm-hmm.
to go after what you want, and don't feel bad about it.
Okay. That's some good advice. How do you feel about hold on. I just lost it. I have those moments where it's like my brain just goes sweep like this and I forget everything. Shoot. I hate it. I'm gonna read the comments until it comes back to me. Um oh, they're talking about how women are. Oh, okay. So one of the questions of the day that I had with Brittany Renner, how do you feel about like the body count thing and just like men like why like is it okay to be publicly vocal about things you've done in your past, or how do you think a lady should go through the motion, especially if she's trying to date? But I feel like
I,
Brittany is a she has a platform, like she's
mhm.
a personality, so it's kind of different opposed to like a regular girl. But how do you feel like as a classy lady, like how would you?
I mean, I feel like that is something to each his
Mhm.
own. I would never go
Right.
out and broadcast my body count. I don't care if it's 3 guys or I don't care if it's how many she said 30, 35.
35, I think.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Like that's nothing to broadcast about. That's nothing for the world to know about.
Mhm.
Especially, it's just something I wouldn't do.
Yeah. Do you feel like hoe culture is taking over?
Say that again.
Hoe culture, and it's not. I'm not calling Brittany a hoe or whatever, but like in general, like hoe culture. Do you feel like is
I
being?
just feel like I wouldn't call it whole culture. I would call it just people are just being more open, like not caring. No cares in the world, which is fine. But I'm not that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not out here.
Yeah, I think the only thing that worries me because the younger girls, I remember like I don't know who are the parents in the home these days, but I couldn't listen to certain things when grown folks
Girl,
was talking. You better get up out of there
or wait,
immediately, or
yes,
we're
get in there,
gonna
get
get
your
rocked.
hot ass in that room and sit
I'm
down. Go
gonna get
get in there,
rocked
close
again.
the door, sit your ass,
Like,
girl.
or even like when the ladies were sitting around smoking and drinking and talking, they're like, bad smoke, get out the room, like, and I don't feel
Or
like
if they kissing, close your eyes. You know what? I feel like it is affecting because my daughter is 17, and I just listen to their conversation when they're talking about the girls, or they're discussing like what happened or what somebody broadcasting, and they just